Weber grill. Oh gee. There's the top vent. Pull some heat there. Let's take a look at the Weber grill. Take off the top. You have a top cooking grate. Look at all that cooking. I gotta clean that off. And then here is your grate for your charcoal. And below that is your ash propeller, I guess as you call it. And you sweep this back and forth. And it goes into an ash can down below. That's how you keep this clean. Always clean your grill out. Now go get a chimney. No, not this chimney. No, not that one. No, I want you to get this one.
Okay, so the important thing to do when lighting a fire, there's people that light fires where they just mound the charcoal underneath some paper, over some paper that's soaked in lighter fluid, which is, I call the accelerant. You can light it that way, but again, I don't particularly like petroleum burning on top of charcoal that you really have to make sure it burns off. I always focus on using a chimney. I showed you some examples of chimneys earlier. And the thing with a chimney is we have this bottom section, which I actually bundle up my old Kingsford charcoal bag and bundle it up. And then I put it underneath and I put it on the bottom grate. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this all the way up with charcoal. Now the beauty of this whole thing is really gets going fast. It takes all 20 minutes to when you start to see the top charcoal start to get ashed over a little white, because think about it, the charcoal on the bottom is going to be really white, and that's going to be the hot part. Obviously the cooler charcoals are on the top. And the other little hack that I do, and for you folks who are plant-based, is instead of using accelerant, as I mentioned with lighter fluid, which is petroleum, use old cooking oil. If you fry food from time to time, you're always going to have some leftover cooking oil, corn oil, olive oil, whatever, safflower oil, grapeseed oil. Yeah, we can keep going, but we're not going to. So what I do is I pour a little bit of cooking oil on top of the charcoal, and they dribble down into the paper that I bundled up down below. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to light from these little sections with your lighter, put it down, and then you're going to let it get going for about, let's say, 20 minutes, and then check it. Make sure it's not totally ashed over. If it's windy out, make sure you keep an eye on it, because if it gets too far ashed out, you're actually going to lose the heat of the charcoal. So what do you do while we're waiting for the charcoal to heat up?
Well, I guess I'll take a nap some other time. We're going to actually light up the cooking oil soaked bag. And get started. If it's windy, it's actually even better. It's going to pick right up. Here we go. Wait 20 minutes.
While our chimney is heating up and heating our charcoal up, the next step that I think you should understand in terms of what are you cooking? What is the meat or vegetable or something you're cooking? Is it a big roast? Is it a burger? Is it a hot dog? Is it a veggie? Some things to keep in mind. And that's why I ask in regards to what type of fire you're going to make here. Now obviously our charcoal is burning in the chimney, but when I'm done with the charcoals, I'm actually going to dump them into the bottom of the grate, and I'm going to create a hot section of the grill and a cool section of the grill. For really fast cooks like a hamburger, a hot dog, which you're really rewarming, those are going to be really fast cooks, direct heat. And and then the cool side of the grill is going to be indirect. So if I want, I can actually char the burger, both sides, a couple minutes each side, and then I'm going to throw it on the indirect side to cool down, to finish off cooking. Now, I'm also going to, and if we do chicken, let's say it's a chicken breast, real thick. If you put it on the direct side, you're actually going to burn it. It's going to get charred. And what's going to happen, the outside is going to get so burnt, and then the inside is going to be undercooked. So I usually put that on an indirect cook. So where I put it on the cool side for pretty much most of the cook, 30-35 minutes. And then at the end, there's a little technique they call the reverse sear. And that is when you take chicken breast at the end of the cook and then you put it on the direct side of the grill. That way you get a nice couple grill marks. You can do it at the beginning of the cook as well, but again, it's up to you, it's your preference. You know what, the whole idea is to make this less stressful on you. The whole idea with cooking is the food, it's done when it's done. We don't need to go crazy. So I'm going to show you some next steps after this.
So here we go. We have our chimney. It's been cooking for about 15 minutes. You can see the ashed over charcoal. There's some others that need to be cooked up a little bit. You can see that flame is going to die down. Nothing to worry about. Now we're going to move the charcoal to one side of the grill. We're going to create our hot spot, and we're going to recreate our cool spot. Now, cool, not like ice cold, but you know, like less hot, so it won't burn something when you put it over there. All right, so let's go get our grates here. And this grate, we need to clean this thing up. Always try to keep your grates clean, either at the beginning of a cook, end of a cook. I always like to do it at the beginning, because when I'm done cooking, you just get a wire brush, get most of the particles off. It's going to burn off, actually, with this. So actually, I'm going to get this grill a little bit warm. Here we go. Do a house cleaning. Gonna make our toothpaste good. Alright. Alright, let's get this grill heated up. I got the vent open a little bit, but I'm going to close it down a little bit. Kind of a medium heat I have going. Here we go. Alright, the grill's been going for a few minutes. I got the grill hot. I put a burger on here on the hot side and the chicken on the cool side. Alright, so let's check our burger here. About 4 minutes on one side. The chicken doesn't need to be touched. I'm just going to maybe move it over here a little bit. Very gentle cook on that chicken. And I'm going to come back in 4 minutes for the burger and see what we got. Alright, let's check our food. I have an instant read thermometer, Thermopop. I'm shooting for like 150 or higher. This is a very lean burger. It's probably going to cook much faster. Take a second read, see what we get. Bingo. All set. Alright, let's check what we got here. Our burger's done. I'm going to get it on the cool side, and I'm actually going to put my cheese on. I'm going to actually use some Swiss cheese. I always put the cheese on the cool side of the grill. That way the cheese doesn't go all dripping down in the bottom of the grill, which makes a mess. Alright, I got the cheese on. Now the chicken is going to go on the hot or direct side of the grill. Give it a little bit of char. Not much. Just enough to give it a little bit of flavor. And I'm going to adjust that vent a little bit. Good, Weber. Look at that burger.
What'd that take? 10 minutes? Eat, drink, savor, people.
Hope you liked our video today. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.